It's Shalom. I want to give all the glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, that belongs to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops, great millstone. Shalom to the whole full elect, without the remedy of the Israelites and Israelite foreigners that don't look like they're Israelites, but they are Israelites. Shalom. All right, now, I really don't have no title for real, but this lesson just about to be going into the America, what it was called before. It was changed to America. Arsareth. Schlock, let me go to base 45. It's right here if you can see at the end. Arsareth. That's basically what this lesson going into. And the reason why I'm doing this because I've been heard brothers talk about it a little bit. Not a little bit, but I did hear brothers go into it and stuff like that and watch them. But on a personal note, I haven't never really looked into it myself just for edification purposes and just so I can have it for myself to know where I can break it down or whatever the case may be. Man, this is like probably like last year or I don't remember how long ago, but how long I known this or came across this information. I really can't remember. Probably wasn't even last year. But it was brought back to my attention last year. But for some reason, was it last year or the beginning of this year? I can't remember. But long story short, as of today, this morning, I got up, normal little whatever the fuck. But then it came to my mind about America, about what it was called, this precept right here in the second Edit 1345. So I'm like, all right. Let me just go ahead and go look into this myself, finally. Like the water y'all by some outside. I don't know why he made me want to do this, but for some reason he just wanted me to do it. So I'm getting into it now. But basically a second Edit 13, a whole chapter for real, from 58. All right. This chapter is going to basically prophecies, what's about to happen. All right, what's about to come. And how things about to go down. All right, and the Lord gave Ezra's basically dreams, visions on certain things about to occur. But specifically, though, this is one of them that I want to talk about right here, though. About how more proof about how the 10 tribes of Israel is actually over here in America the whole time. And how, basically, the Lord knew, like, the 10 tribes been over here. The lost tribes of Israel everybody was looking for. The lost 10 tribes been over here the whole time. All right? But I'm going to just... I don't know where to start, but I guess I'll go ahead and start at 40. Yeah. Okay, right here, I'm going to start at 40. It says, those are the 10 tribes. All right, this basically, Lord breaking down the vision that he gave to Ezra, specific thing where I asked him, like, you interpreted this for me. Now you going, where start? I probably should just go ahead and go to it. Okay, right at 39. I'm slow. All right, right there when you talk about another peaceful multitude in the visions, if you read up, I'm not going to read it. Y'all read it yourself because you got to really read this stuff to really understand and really get a comprehension on what's going on and how the contents of this chapter. All right, you can't just be skipping and going through. You got to really get the contents of this. So I'm not about to read all that for you, but I'm going to start at 39. It says, and whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him. Basically, part of the vision that Ezra received was like it was another peaceable multitude that the Lord had saved. And right here, verse 40 is when the Lord going to. It says, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king, whom Salmensar, did I say it right? Yeah, the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and they came, and so came they into another land. All right, so it's basically when the 10 tribes was led over captivity over here to America. It says, but they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathens and go forth in a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. So basically, they're like, know what, we gotta stop fucking around, y'all, and try to keep maintain the commandments of our Lord. And they, all right, verse 43. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow place of the river. For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held stood the flood, till they were passed over. For though that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, and the same region is called Arsareth. I guess I said that right. Okay, so basically, just going into while he was going to captivity, he told their ass, look, I'm gonna show y'all which way to go. This is where y'all gonna be at. Y'all gonna be over here in this foreign land that nobody know about. Across this great way, and Slavian. And then that's where y'all gonna be at. Now me, I already knew about the precept right here and all that, but I never looked into it like just for edification purpose. Like I said in the beginning. Now I'm about to show y'all what information I was coming across. Alright, I was on DuckDuckGo. Type in Arsareth is America just to see what they say. And you see I had the AI thing, and it says Arsareth is a term from the Apocryphal text of Second Esdras, often interpreted as a distant land where the 10 tribes of Israel were believed to have settled. Some historical interpretations, I don't know if I said that right, including those by Columbus, have identified America with Arsareth. I'm like, see, famous just because all y'all that want to go against, say the 10 tribes ain't this and whatever, it's all about black this and whatever the fuck case may be, right here. Since y'all don't want to believe your own people that went research and found out this, look, the white man himself, including those by Columbus, has identified America with Arsareth, suggesting a connection between Native Americans and the lost tribe of Israel. So Christopher Columbus and his goons and them was over here like, hey, hold on. These motherfuckers act just like them people over there that we were just at. That we got, oh yeah, hold on. These the same. Hey y'all, we found their ass, y'all. We got them. They over here. Basically the whole time. We just gonna change the name over to America. All right, then as you scroll down, you see I was hitting up some links, looking at some stuff. But this one stood out to me the most though. Well, one of them stood out to me. It says Arsareth, America, home of the Israelites. It says the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of the restoration, according to 2nd Esdras 13:45. Columbus identified America with this land. And it says seas, something, whatever, crash stated, blase, you know, all that shit. And as you can see, it said the 9 tribes of Moorish Empire that were here before the arrival of Christopher Columbus. You gotta remember, in the Byzantine times, that's when we was consider ourselves Moors, and we was conquering, took over a lot of things, and we had different philosophies, and we still had some part of what the Lord told us, but we still was going on, still doing it how we wanted to do it. All right, that's why I say it's Moorish Empire, Byzantine times. Just look into that. Byzantine. All right, now right here it says America was known as Arsareth. Because they also found more documents throughout the Moors, information too proving about the landmass. We were Israelites, this and that. I even seen videos of the Moors have menorahs on their sword. Pictures, images of menorahs on their swords, on their armor. I'm like, you're supposed to be a Moor, but you got the menorahs. And more proof that, like, man, yes, we are them people, man. Right here, as you see, Reuben, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, Simeon, Issachar, Zebulun, and Ephraim. Well, they said Ephraim, but y'all know what's up with that. I ain't gonna go to that neither. But they knew. They said in his book, Origins of Americans, Indians, Lee, Huddleston. Y'all see, I ain't gotta read all that. But right here though stood out to me was let me see. Yeah. Says the first series claimed that they were descendants of the lost Jewish tribes was made in 1567 by the Dutch theologian Johann Lumnius. I looked up a little bit. The person was I believe it probably was Jake or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but they was looking to some things, found out some stuff. I'm like, oh, of course. Do tell. Yeah, put two and two together. So, long story short, these motherfuckers know what's up, man. Y'all ain't gotta believe or not, but the evidence is here. The proof is here. Okay. So, all right, now let me go back. I'm gonna show y'all something else I looked into. Was it this? This ain't it. This is basically saying the same thing. Oh yeah, I was reading this too though. Right here it said Deuteronomy 29:24. It said, because they forsake the covenant of the Lord and they went to serve other gods, the Lord rooted them out of their land and cast them into another land, as this day. And as you can see, that's just more proof. Like the Lord told us in the beginning, hey, this is gonna happen to you if you listen. If you don't listen, this was gonna happen to your ass. And he cast our asses over here. He cast the northern tribe over here first. And he sent the southern tribe over here, this motherfucker. And this is where we at. Arsareth. No, did I say it right? I forgot I said how to pronounce it. Arsareth. Yeah, Arsareth. Or Arsareth. However you say it. But one more thing I wanted to show was right here in images before I close out. Just the back of the part where it said far journey. Now I'm not sure how accurate this map truly is, but I'm just saying though, just to give you a glimpse on about what happened. Just image this though. Like I said, I don't know how truth this truly is. I ain't fully looked into like time frame and how the world was looking during the time. But as you can see, from Euphrates River, all the way to the hell. Let me just zoom out. Yeah, all the way to over there. I don't know why I keep sliding like that. But yeah, y'all see. But this is just me just looking into it myself a little bit. Just really checking it out. I looked into some more names and all that. But for the most part, the proof is there. Like you can't, ain't no hiding. Even with the Z in there. Watch this. Hold on. Here it says. It says Arsareth is a term from the Apocryphal text, second Esdras, often interpreted as another land, where the 10 lost tribes of Israel were said to have been exiled. Some theories suggest that Arsareth may refer to America, leading into the belief that the Native Americans could be descendants of these tribes. Now, it was something else I seen too when it said, yeah, I looked at that one. I think it's this right. The second one. No, it ain't that one. Well, there was another thing they was talking about how like they thought it was in China and they thought it was in like Central Asia. I think this is right here. If I'm not mistaken. This shit on way. Yep, this is the one. All right, now this right here, we all know that it is America, but the reason why I'm bringing this out though, because it says the location of Arsareth is unknown, and there is no map of Arsareth that exists today. However, there has been many attempts to identify Arsareth with different places around the world. Some scholars believe that Arsareth is located in Central Asia, while others believe that it is located in Africa or America. I'm like, how the fuck? So I'm looking into it. It says something about the Ethiopians too. Yeah, it says another theory that is that Arsareth is located in Ethiopia. This theory is based on the fact that there is a region in Ethiopia called Arsareth, which is the name that is very similar to the word Arsareth. Additionally, there is a legend Ethiopia, that the Ethiopian people are descendants of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. Now, me personally, I heard seen. I'm like, I mean, of course not, but at the same time, that's just more proof about the Israelite foreigners, because our people was all scattered across the earth. That's why I kept thinking. Maybe that's why they think about Ethiopia, basically Africa and Central Asia, and all that, because our people was all over, and they basically the lost foreigners, the lost Israelite foreigners that don't know they're Israelites because they look like the heathens. So they still is part of the lost 10 tribes at the end of the day. But we know that like Arsareth really is America though. I'm just little things just seeing about how they discuss things and more proof of how they see how people react and how people respond. That's more proof that they are Israelites. If all these people acting similar toward the same context of what they say the 10 tribes or the Israelites are, most likely they are Israelites. But that's basically it though. Just want to talk about, show this off real quick. Just a little information I'm looking into. I do it myself just to see. But yeah, that's basically it though. Hopefully it was edifying. You know, you learned some things people that don't know. Yeah, just read 2nd Esdras 13. Look into it and go into the prophecies of what's to come, what's about to happen, and basically the visions of what Esdras was given. So yeah. Hopefully it was edifying. I'm gonna give all the glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wakah, Kodash, double honor to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops' great millstone. Shalom to the whole full lip, which I remember of the Israelites and Israelite foreigners that don't look like they're Israelites, but they are Israelites. Shalom.